if your character, Christina Raynor, could sit down with any other superhero and have a therapy sesh, who would you want her to meet? I spent the weekend watching this amazing interview that you did with Off Camera, where you're talking about your life and experience as a hockey player and how that affected your life, where that ended up not being the path that you were taking. And all of a sudden, I saw the John Walker performance in a completely different light. He's in a locker room. He's talking about identity. And it was really, really cool. Did that side of you kind of make it into this character in a way?
I guess it probably had to. Yeah, I guess it probably had to. I mean, sort of, because he probably succeeded a lot better at his life than I did at my chosen one. So he has a lot more like pinnacles of success under his belt than I did.
Well, I'm sure that you saw some of the fan response to your character. A lot of memes about John Walker, which is great. But I know that after episode 2, a lot of people changed their opinion of the guy from just based off of the end of episode 1, where he winks and he smirks and everything. Is the fan response to John going to keep evolving as the show keeps progressing?
I hope so. I mean, that's kind of the what I like about the character is that he can go anywhere that you can see him going, or that he conceivably wants to go. Mm-hmm. He's can be rather volatile, and volatility leads to being able to take things in many different directions. So yeah, hopefully it always evolves forever. However long that he's in the Marvel universe, that'd be great.
That would be very, very exciting. I agree. Yeah. It's always that last line with John. It's always that last line. You auditioned for the role of Captain America years ago. You didn't get it, but now you kind of did. Was there any part of you that was sort of like, yes, vindication, take that, Evans?
No. I went in to basically read the lines for the cast director, who did end up casting me in this, but it was like more of to see if I was any good at acting. It wasn't, in my opinion, I don't think it was, are you going to get the role? I think he'd already had that one on lockdown.
But I think John Walker is a fantastic character for you to play. You had such an amazing nuanced performance in that second episode, like we were talking about. Do you think that he's sort of set up to fail when we first meet him? It's kind of a cynical situation. I mean, did you feel any of that fictional pressure that John was feeling about this role?
No, I mean, You're just playing a character as the character is written and as you're trying to interpret it. All the other noise that goes on is part of what's fun about the Marvel universe and what's so great about to be able to be an actor and be in it and have people care about what goes on. But for me, it's sort of insular. You just kind of do what you do.
Absolutely. Well, I hope that he's in the Marvel Universe for a long time. And bigger picture question here, Wyatt, do you have a favorite character other than the amazing John Walker in the Marvel Universe? And don't feel like you got to say ego. You do not have to say ego. You don't.
Right, yeah. I really do. I mean, my favorite character is probably Thanos, because I thought he was so well constructed.
Oh,
it's a very well constructed character. And I thought that was sort of the magic of those movies was really infused by how great of an evil villain he was. So after having thought about it, I really do think he probably was my favorite character.
I am so excited that we understand where John's coming from, and I hope we get to understand him more. Wyatt, thank you so much for talking to me today, man. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. You too.
Right out of the gate, I got to ask about that infamous staring contest. When you guys were shooting it, who broke first in actuality? Was that were you cracking up the entire time? Who broke first?
But besides me?
Yeah.
I think it was pretty much me. They didn't. I had to break it up. They're pros. They're pros. Couldn't stop it.
Full disclosure, I'm a huge Marvel fan. I love these movies. I love these shows. And as much of a fan as I am, I love it when they create original characters for these projects. And Dr. Christina Raynor is an original creation for this show. Have you considered the possibility that a version of your character might now make her way into the Marvel comics and be a therapist to superheroes?
Well, gosh, that hadn't occurred to me at all.
Yeah.
I was thrilled to have the job. I love the character. I'd love to see more of her. And I'm just, and I'm happy to see that other people want to see more of her.
Oh, she's fantastic.
She's a great character. I think it's important having, especially her being a woman, being a woman and being a former soldier.
Yeah.
Gives her all these levels, and you don't get to see the guys getting taken down by a woman who's not like, doesn't have like superhuman powers too. I don't have superpowers, but I can still order them around. And that's, and I don't fall for their, Christina, Dr. Raynor doesn't fall for their bullshit. And that's
awesome.
Yeah. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. Well, I would love to see more of her too. If it were up to you, Amy, if your character, Christina Raynor, could sit down with any other superhero and have a therapy sesh, who would you want her to meet?
Well, any superhero at all.
Yeah.
Or in the Marvel universe, I guess.
Take your pick. Yeah.
Oh man. See, now you're asking a question because I am a complete novice when it comes to Marvel universe. So, but I think it would be very interesting, even though he's not he's not really superhero, but I would like to talk to John Walker because he's in such a weird and difficult place right now. And I'd like to get a sense of how much of this is his ego and how much of this is his sense of patriotism, and would he rather not be there, or is he secretly like thrilled to be the guy? Or I think that would be interesting. But I'm going to go back.
It's a great answer. And talking about your character and her approach to this stuff, some of the scuttlebutt online has been very positive and so excited to see therapy in a show like this. And other folks have been like, you know what? Dr. Raynor's too cynical. Is she too cynical? Is she too tough? Or is she the exact kind of person that someone like Bucky Barnes needs to see right now?
Well, I think it says it all when Bucky says to her, "You're a terrible therapist." And she says, "Maybe, but I was a great soldier." And that's it. That is what, look, I don't make any excuses. I don't make any apologies for how I treat him. It was kind of like in ER. I don't know if I did a million years ago. I was so mean to Anthony Edwards. I was so mean to him as this OBGYN that people wrote in and were like, "Why is she so mean?" And I'm like, the woman died in childbirth because he screwed up and because he was too proud. So no, I'm not going to apologize.
Don't
for that.
Bucky screwed up a lot, and you're helping him, and you don't take any bullshit. Fantastic character, Amy. I hope that we get to see more of Dr. Christina Raynor. Thank you so much for talking to me today. Have a great rest of your day.
My pleasure. You too, Hector.